Okay, so we have a preview for the upcoming episode of Dragon Ball Super, and a few things to discuss in this one. Now, obviously, based on the preview and what we know more or less what's about to go down for the next couple weeks, these episodes aren't going to be the most hype and, what we've been having thus far with the preliminaries of the Universe Survival Tournament, because this is more so, a regrouping time, a time for everybody to get together, find the fighters within those 40 hours that was set forth from the Grand Priest. So these episodes in particular are going to kind of, once again, dive into the slice of life stuff. Some people like it, some people hate it, some people it's whatever. So there's gonna be that type of deal with this episode. Now, based on the preview, one thing I want to talk about in particular was you see Krillin seemingly fighting one of those fighters from Universe 9. I believe it was Bazil. I might be mistaken. It might have been Lavender or something, but I'm pretty sure it was Bazil. You see him fighting. Now, I'm kind of curious exactly what that is, because obviously the tournament isn't going to start immediately with the next episode, because they're going to probably stretch out, I want to say, a month, maybe two, of Goku getting everybody together to, start the tournament or whatever. So it's not going to be that, oh, the tournament just starts in the next episode. More than likely, that's some sort of dream sequence or some sort of, vision of possibilities or whatever. But I'm kind of curious exactly how that's going to play out, because obviously Krillin wasn't there to see the, Tournament of Power, or the preliminary, shall I say, for the Tournament of Power. So he's not going to necessarily know who that fighter is. I'm guessing maybe Goku or one of the people that were there are going to be envisioning, okay, if Goku wants to get Krillin to join this, for example, how is that going to play out? And maybe they're, fantasizing, so to speak, not fantasizing, that's a dirty word, but, he's just kind of like, envisioning what it would be like. I mean, honestly, like, Bazil seemingly could put in work. He was kicking Majin Buu around. Now, granted, Majin Buu was seemingly allowing him to do so because he was just kind of flabbergasted and he thought it was a dog and he really wasn't prepared. So, in that regard, we don't necessarily know exactly how strong Bazil was, because Majin Buu, once he got serious, he fucking demolished him. And in fact, all three of the fighters from Universe 9 pretty much weren't much. Like Bergamo, his, quirk, so to speak, was just kind of getting bigger, and Goku fucked him up. Lavender, he really was just using tricks to get Gohan, and then Bazil, it was kind of like you can't really judge him necessarily because he was just kicking Majin Buu around, and once Buu got serious, it was a wrap for him. So maybe there's a possibility that Krillin could put in some work, but definitely I'm imagining that some sort of dream sequence or envision of somebody thinking like what would happen if Krillin joined in and how Krillin will be able to fight, because unless they have like a GodTube video of some sort and then Krillin sees it and envisions himself, then maybe there's a possibility that Krillin is envisioning it in that way, like, yo, GodTube back in full effect. So there's a possibility there. We also see a lot of in the preview, which again is why I'm saying that this is going to be slice of life. It looks like Bulma's doing, I think it's called Pilates or something, like she's doing like some prego exercises. I'm like, okay, Dragon Ball Super getting into some whoa territory. Is like, I don't know how many people really want to see Bulma doing prego exercises with Pilaf and the gang, and I'm imagining that's the studio yet again trying to keep them as relevant as they possibly can. Like, yo, they still exist, and when there's funny times, these are the perfect characters to whip out to do silly and nonsensical shit, which, I mean, it's not nonsensical in a way, because at the end of the day, Bulma does have to keep healthy for the baby or whatever, but yeah, that's more than likely gonna embody just like comedy and like, oh yeah, we figured out, and that's probably gonna be one of their schemes to try to do something, because, Pilaf and them are always up to some bullshit, so that's more than likely what that's gonna be, I'm imagining. And then towards the end of the episode, because throughout the preview, you see that Goku's trying to get Vegeta again. He's like, yo, we really need to do this, and Vegeta, of course, is denying it, but pretty much what I had guessed to begin with once we heard about what this episode was going to be somewhat like. At the end of the episode, I'm imagining, because we see in the preview, Bra is born, so Vegeta's daughter is fully born, so no more excuses of why Vegeta doesn't, or can't join the tournament because he had to stay behind for his daughter. The excuse is out the window, so by the end of that episode, I'm imagining we'll at the very least recruit Vegeta, maybe another person or two, because if Krillin is involved in the preview, then maybe that means that we're going to be speaking to Krillin in this episode, like trying to get him on board, or it could just be that they were thinking, okay, who's next, and then they thought about Krillin and imagined that. So maybe that's where it's going to go, and honestly, based off the preview, it's going to be a chill episode. I mean, I think it's kind of important, even though it's not, based on the tournament, but for people that want to see Bra and, kind of, oh shit, so this is when she was born, and get a little bit details on that, then yeah, you probably want to check it out. And also, I mean, getting a little bit of seeing Krillin in action, that's kind of cool as well. I mean, I know a lot of people just shit on Krillin for being, the fucking punching bag of, oh no, I take that back. I was gonna say he's the punching bag of Dragon Ball, but that's Yamcha's role, boy. And yeah, we'll see the birth of a new Saiyan, Bra. Even though she's not new, she's been in the series. Obviously, she was at the end of Z and she was in GT, but we'll be seeing the birth of a new Saiyan as far as the context of Dragon Ball Super goes. So that's kind of interesting. I'm personally excited for it. I don't know how much I'm gonna like seeing Bulma with the Prego exercises, but yeah, kind of curious what you guys think. Are you excited for this episode? What do you think about that whole Krillin fighting Bazil? If it is Bazil, do you think that that means that we're going to see Krillin watching GodTube and then envisioning that? Or maybe Goku, as he's thinking about who to bring in, he's envisioning like Krillin jumping in the tournament and how that would be? And what do you think about Bra finally being born? It took long enough and a lot of people were like, yo, what's going on? But Bulma, she was pregnant. We went to a little bit of a preliminary and bam, we're about to see the baby, and Vegeta's probably going to join the cause as well. So all good stuff there. I'm looking forward to it. Not going to be the most action-packed, but you don't always need action. Sometimes a little chill episode like this, especially when it's setting up and things of that nature, it's fine. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm Finna World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.